This video and all content on this channel is performed by a pest control professional, and it is always recommended to hire a pest control pro in your area to perform any pest control in or outside your home. Pesticides can harm you and your loved ones. Anyone who is performing the information in this video is doing so at their own risk. If you decide to try the info provided in this video, please always check with the local laws in your area and read the labels of any product you use. The label is the law. So let's talk about honeybees. Let's get right to it. I kill honeybees. If you're interested in this video, stay tuned. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, or give me a thumbs down if you don't. But I'm going to go over a very important reason why I kill honeybees. So, like I said, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, consider subscribing to my channel. But let's get back into bees. Let's talk about bees. So honeybees are a very particular thing that a lot of exterminators don't like to admit that we kill them. A lot of it has to do with PR and political correctness and the fact that there are a lot of people out there pushing propaganda about saving the bee. And the reason they do this is because they want to try to protect honeybees from being killed by people like me. I mean, I'm an exterminator. I kill bugs for a living. So, in fact, I just killed a nest of honeybees. I just went to a lady's house. She had bees swarming all above the top of the door. And in fact, I'll put a clip right here so you could see what they looked like. But they were going all in her door, and inside of the house was all finished off with drywall, sheetrock, whatever, and it was nice and clean, but you could hear the bees in the wall on the inside of the house. So they had come in and they had brought in a brood, and they were setting up a nest inside the ceiling of her house, which is pretty common in the springtime of the year. It's really, actually, I get calls on honeybees all the time. Now, most of the time, I will actually call a honeybee beekeeper and let them come out and see if they can get the hive. But in instances like this, where damage to the home would be required to remove the nest, I usually just eliminate the nest. So, is this evil? Is this horrible? Is this the one of the most unforgivable sins that I provide my customers, is that I kill honeybees? Should I not kill honeybees? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Am I doing a bad thing by killing honeybees? But I'm going to answer that question. Stay tuned. I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to explain to you why it's not a bad thing to kill honeybees. So, honeybees in North America. Now, I live in the United States. I live in Virginia. In my state, it's actually, honeybees are not protected. There are people who claim that the federal government has a protective order on honeybees, that they will not allow you to kill honeybees. This is absolutely not true. So I'll say that right off the bat. It's not true at all. It's not against the law to kill honeybees. Now, maybe in your jurisdiction, your state, your county, your city, whatever, maybe it is. Not here in Virginia. I've never been anywhere in Virginia where it's against the law to kill honeybees. And the reason being is that honeybees, the European honeybee or the Western honeybee, they're the same thing. They're not native to North America. These bees were brought in by colonists, who raised honeybees. Beekeepers like honey. People like honey. I like honey. I love honey. I'm vegan, for those of you that don't know. I'm vegan, but I eat honey. It's like the one thing that I do that a lot of vegans don't do is I eat honey. I love honey. Honey is delicious. But honey comes from bees, and bees can be monetized in a way that, they sell their honey. They have bees, and they can take part of the honey, and the hive still stays alive, and they're able to get the honey, and they can sell the honey. So they make money off of honeybees. A lot of this bee propaganda, save the bee, be sure to give your bees to beekeepers and stuff like that, is really propaganda. It's really pushed by the honey industry, the bee industry, where they want the bees as a livestock. So they don't mind going out and getting a nest of wild bees, bringing them back and cultivating them and turning them into part of their livestock. Now, it's against the law to kill somebody's animals. I can't go on someone's farm and kill their honeybee hives. I can't go on someone's farm and kill their horses or their cows or their pigs or their chickens or whatever. I can't do that. That's their livestock. So that's illegal. That is illegal. But it's not illegal to kill a wild nest of honeybees that comes in and is destroying somebody's home. That's completely legal. In fact, I recommend to do that. I recommend killing those bees and getting rid of those bees because, for one, the European honeybee doesn't really have a natural predator in North America. They do breed profusely. I know that there's a lot of stuff out there that says that, oh, but the honeybees are on decline. The honeybees are on the decline. It's absolutely not true. In fact, the last 3 years in a row from 2018, 2019, 2020, all 3 of those years, honeybees are actually on the incline. They're getting to the point where they're extremely invasive. They're getting into areas where other natural pollinators are actually being evacuated from the area. Now, honeybees don't attack. They don't attack things like butterflies or mosquitoes or bats and things that pollinate. But what they do is, so when a honeybee lands on a dandelion, let's use a dandelion for example, or a honeysuckle, all right, and it's pollinating that flower. Other pollinators can't pollinate that flower. And they can't drink the nectar, which is why they're pollinating, because they're drinking the nectar of the flower. So they're hungry. So they go elsewhere. And because honeybees, this is another fact about honeybees, because honeybees are not very efficient pollinators, a lot of these plants are actually dying. Even though the bee is landing on them and drinking the nectar, the plant is dying because the honeybee is not properly pollinating the plant. They're actually not efficient pollinators to most of the plants in North America. Now, in other countries where the European honeybee is required for pollination, that's different. But in North America, they absolutely are not required for pollination. They aren't needed. And if a few die, it doesn't really hurt the ecosystem. I know a lot of people believe it does, and there's a lot of propaganda out there, false propaganda. In fact, there are several articles, and I will link them below, of research that's been done on honeybees explaining how the honeybee is an invasive species and how they actually chase out more efficient pollinators in North America and that they are getting out of control with their breeding. So hopefully this video has helped you understand a little more about honeybees. I know that it's going to upset some people. Honey is delicious. I had apples with honey today in my lunch. It was amazingly good. I love honey. I like to eat honey on my cereal. I like Honey Nut Cheerios. I like honey toast. I like honey. I like honey in my tea. In fact, if you tune into my live streams on Thursday nights when I answer your questions, in fact, if you have a problem with what I'm saying today about honeybees, please show up and tell me. I'd like to, meet you. I'd like to know what your stance is on honeybees, or leave a comment below and let me know what you think. But honey is good. I like honey, but I like it. I don't see a problem in importing honey either. I don't see a problem importing honey from other countries in areas where the honeybee actually has predators and there's a natural food chain. That I don't see a problem with. Yes, it will make honey more expensive, but it doesn't hurt the North American ecosystem in the process. So what happens is allowing honeybees to reproduce profusely in North America and actually not going after this invasive type of species, or not killing them when they get into your home and letting them just live there, actually causes more harm than good. It actually doesn't do a lot of good. It doesn't do much good at all. And so it's better to eliminate that species. Like I said, if they get in your home and they're causing you problems, then by all means, take care of the problem. It's not illegal to kill honeybees. Another thing about honeybees, and if you're done with my rant, by all means, click off the video. But I want to go over another problem that honeybees bring that a lot of people don't know about. When honeybees get into your wall and they make honey, and they leave, and let's say you kill the honeybees, or the honeybees decide to evacuate, they leave. As I say, it gets too cold, and they decide this is not a hospitable place, but now there's honey in your wall. The honeybees are gone. What happens to the honey? It stays there. Honey does not rot. Honey does not go bad. It doesn't go bad at all. It stays good for a long time. In fact, in Egypt, when they opened the tombs, they found honey in the Egyptian tombs. So it's something that can pretty much live on forever. It just turns into crystallized sugar is pretty much all it is. But what happens is, because it's in the wall of your house, yellow jackets love honey. European hornets love honey. Ants love honey. And so what will happen is these other types of bugs, like ants and yellow jackets, will come and try to get the honey. And now you got bees in the wall that'll actually attack you and hurt you. Now, honeybees are pretty much harmless for the most part. They do damage to your home, but they're not really aggressive. They don't really try to sting you too bad. In fact, I didn't get stung, and you see what you get. This is what I looked like. I went after those bees. I didn't get stung, not one time. They're not very aggressive. Now, yellow jackets are pretty aggressive. Hornets are aggressive, period. Ants, they get into your home. They eat your food. They ruin your food. They will come for the honey too. And so these bugs will start living in your wall, and then you've got a problem, especially if you get something like carpenter ants in your wall, eating the honey and damaging your wall even further than what the honeybees have already done. So hopefully this video has educated you about honeybees, and hopefully I haven't made too many people mad, but this is a very truthful video. It's based on fact, not fiction, like a lot of these propaganda things that are pushed by Facebook and social media. So hopefully this video has been informative. If you like it, like I said, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, consider subscribing to my channel. And hopefully I'll see you on Thursday night when I'm doing my live streams. Y'all have a real great evening. Have a great day. Wherever it is, I hope you're enjoying your life. Y'all have a great one, and I'll see you later. Bye.